This interview is for information only and should not be considered as investment advice or a recommendation to buy shares in the company featured. Welcome to this Stock Box interview.
Silver Bullet Mines announced the unexpected discovery of a historical mining tunnel and associated structures during development at its Superchamp vein structure. The newly identified tunnel zone appears to have been mined over a century ago, with no historical records available. The tunnel, which we can see now, is roughly 4 feet wide and 8 feet high, along with a shaft and waste piles, and was uncovered beneath 12 feet of overburden. Well, joining us today...
Isn't that cool? That is
it's cool, isn't it, Peter? Well, Peter Klauser joining us today as the VP of Capital Markets. Yeah, it is cool, isn't it, Peter? What were your initial thoughts?
This is at our Superchamp property where we have a perpetual lease. The field team was clearing some overburden following the vein, as they're supposed to be doing, and they found this, which is a historical tunnel that they say the Spanish did. I don't know how accurate that is, but that puts us back 100, 150 years. And so they did what they're supposed to do. They started taking samples. And the samples went to the lab and were assayed, and they're in the press release. And the samples are just incredible. These are extremely, extremely high-grade silver material.
Yeah. Over 1,000 ounces per ton, some of them.
Yeah. Well, considering that Bonanza silver is generally regarded as being 30 ounces a ton, having two samples run over 1,000 is incredible.
Yeah. I mean, it is quite exciting, isn't it? Of course, when you're in the mining exploration game to make a discovery, but to sort of be moving around on a new property and basically finding a treasure room, so to speak, that is quite cool, isn't it? I mean, that is quite an exciting thing to be part of.
And I just misspoke. There are 4 samples over 1,000 ounces a ton, not 2. My mistake. It is exciting because it teases. What else is there? Who else was here? What else are we going to find? Like, the vein itself has some brilliant numbers coming out of it. But what's down there? Why did somebody excavate there? Probably use dynamite to blow it up. Why there? What did they see at surface that led them to waste their resources there and blast that hole and excavate material? And that's the exciting part. What's there?
Well, interestingly, you say that there are no historical records at all about this.
Nothing. It seems in Arizona, everybody has a mine in his or her backyard. It's like going up to Sudbury.
Okay.
No matter where you go in Sudbury, everybody's got a mine.
Okay.
Down in Arizona, everybody seems to have a mine in their backyard. So this is a surprise, but it shouldn't be surprising.
Okay. And there's potential still in this shaft then, potentially, because of course you said in the RNS that you think it further validates the high grade potential of the Superchamp vein. So you think that it could be opening up more, not saying it's all been exploited already.
Well, as we wrote in the press release, our field team sees gold in the concentrates. So our assay lab cannot test for gold. We can only do silver. Right? Any responsible producer has its own assay lab. So we will bundle this up and send it off to an accredited third-party lab to get a multi-element analysis and see what else is in there.
Okay.
But this is very exciting.
Indeed. So the material from this then, which is at surface, you're going to basically run it through SBMI's mill. You're expecting it to be pretty easily extracted, and you're going to run it through your mill and really see what you get out.
Yeah. The field team's very excited about it. We've talked to the people at the mill site. This is going to be no more difficult than any other form of mining, but we're at surface, which makes it a lot easier to get the material, put it in the truck, and haul it to the nearby mill.
Okay, so you can get the stuff.
In the our internal economics, which I can't share with you, drive us to say that this is where we should be concentrating our efforts. That our greatest return for the use of our resources is here at the Superchamp.
Right. Okay. And would you be looking to go down the tunnel at some point and assess what's there?
I'd love to. I want to get down there for a look. I'm curious, right? I just want to see what's in there, but I think they're going to have to make sure it's safe need first. Make sure it's safe for our personnel to get in and have a look around.
Okay.
But the numbers that are out of the waste piles are incredible. The numbers they're pulling out of the vein are incredible. So it's a very, very exciting discovery, not just for the fact it's a cool old tunnel.
Yeah.
But for the really good numbers that we're pulling out of it.
And of course, the Super Champ, the news was only last week, wasn't it? It's very recent that you've been starting to process real high grade silver from the Super Champ area. And you've said that you consider this tunnel zone a significant discovery with the potential to increase the overall grade at Super Champ. So, is this where Silver Bullet's going to be focusing a fair bit of time now at the Super Champ area to get that ore up to the mill and processed through?
Well, it's easy to get to. It's close to our mill. The material is at surface, so it's easy to extract. The economics say we should be concentrating our efforts here.
Okay.
The gold is a bonus. You remember that we made a production decision when silver was $17 an ounce. As of this morning, it's $31. So just on the silver, we're a happy group. You throw in the gold, which in our last series of press releases, we announced the gold was running at half an ounce a ton, which is roughly USD 1,200. And that's gravy money on top of the silver. So we're very excited about what we're going to continue to find.
And just
here.
remind me of what the situation is with Super Champ in terms of your sort of claims over it.
We have a perpetual lease on it.
Okay.
We decide what we want to haul, when we want to extract it, what we're going to do with it back at our mill. But once we've processed it and sold it, likely as a concentrate, at that time we owe the owner of the property a payment. Sure. So we pay in arrears, as you will.
Indeed. And how will this now fit in, do you think, to Buckeye? Because, of course, Buckeye was, if you like, your flagship. There's this trumpet.
I wouldn't say it trumps it, but the material is easier to extract right now. So I don't know about you, but I like to do the thing that's easier for more money.
Yeah, it's always good. So,
You know what's cool, Mark, is that this was always part of the plan. Not the Super Champ specifically, but if you go back and you read our business plan from 2020, we are going to build our own mill to process third-party material when our mine site is slow. This has been part of the plan from the beginning. And it's nice to see the plan coming to fruition, and we should be able to start generating revenue out of this in the very near future.
Very near future. Can you be more specific?
No. Right, there's so many things that happen in our world. But if we're extracting and we have concentrate now, we got the multi-element analysis on the last bags of concentrate. Now it's about working up to a certain level so that we have enough to sell to the people who've been knocking on our door. I don't see a real problem in selling the concentrate, but you don't sell it 1,000, you don't sell it 500 tons at a time. 1,000 tons at a time. The purchaser wants more.
Okay. Would you see sales before Christmas, or are we really talking sort of Q1 and starting the year with a bit of a bang?
Yeah, don't do that to me, Mark.
I have to try. But
I can't nail it down more precisely than that.
But 2025 looking like a good year?
Yes, I've been a good boy, and I'm expecting Santa to leave a big lump of silver under my stocking this year. 2025 should be a good year.
Excellent. Okay, and will you be heading down yourself, do you think, to the Super Champ at some point?
Oh, more than likely.
Okay.
It's been a while since we've had an independent director go down for due diligence. We also want to get to Idaho to the Washington mine, where the contract miner should be on site shortly and start that process, as we've disclosed. So it's 2025 should be a very, very exciting year for us, and a confusing one for our CFO. He has to deal with a lot of different new issues.
Well, do let us know when you're heading to site, Peter, and we'll try and do a catch-up from site. But for now, thank you very much for your time. Peter Clousey, the VP of Capital Markets at Silver Bullet Mines.
Thank you.
If you enjoyed this interview, then give us a thumbs up, a like, or a retweet. Subscribe to us on YouTube or follow us on Twitter, and hit that notification bell to be the first to know when we release new content. There's loads of great content on our website too, across all our programs at stockboxmedia.com. Thank you for watching.